The Secret Keeper. It was written by Susan Lewis and read by Candida Gubbins. Chapter 1. Olivia. I was 16 when Sean Kenyon came into my life. He was 22. I suppose it seemed quite a big age difference to some, but not to us. We knew right away that something special was happening between us, and even my parents were soon drawn into the magic of it. The first time I saw him, my friend Andrea, we call her Andy, and I were walking along one of the jetties at the marina here in Kesterley. We'd just finished school for the summer and were due for our first sailing lesson with a new instructor everyone was talking about. We were excited, apprehensive, all the things you'd imagine of girls our age embarking on a new adventure. I'm sure I saw him first, but Andy says she did. It doesn't matter. What I can tell you for certain is that suddenly there he was, leaping from the deck of a sailboat to land in front of us, all 6'2" of him, with the kind of aura or presence or just drop-dead good looks that halted us in our tracks. His fair hair was thick, wind-mussed and tangled around his neck. He was hard-muscled and tanned, and his face looked as though it had been carved by someone who adored him. I could give you all the usual clichés, such as he took my breath away, made my knees go weak, set my pulses racing, because I'm sure they all happened. Andy summed it up well when she whispered to me, "Wow, a real-life dreamboat." We found that funny, of course. Thought the play on words was clever, the way you do when you're young and barely know the difference between corny and comedy. Sean was from London, he told us, but he and his family travelled a lot, so it could be said that he was from everywhere. As he spoke, his eyes were mainly on me. I could feel myself blushing, and was aware of how much Andy was enjoying the build-up of chemistry. I think she might have been even more aware of it than I was in those moments. She already had a boyfriend, Martin, who was in the same year as us, but I'd never been serious with anyone. I'd just had a couple of dates that had never led anywhere, mainly because I'd never met anyone who really interested me. Sean went beyond that. He completely fascinated me, and every time I looked at him I felt myself lighting up inside. It wasn't just the way he looked back at me, although that was something else. His deep, navy eyes seeming to speak in a way that made me blush and laugh and feel so reckless I could have done anything in the world, even fly. He had a way with him that seemed to draw everyone in. He wasn't the least bit arrogant, which he could have been, given how worldly he was, far more than the rest of us, that's for sure. Nothing ever seemed to faze him, or if it did, he found a way to get over it. His passion was sailing, so of course it soon became mine too. We were inseparable that summer. As well as teaching me how to handle a boat, he showed me how to surf the way he did, and he got me water skiing like a professional. He was learning to fly, so Andy, her boyfriend Martin, and I went out to the airfield to watch him take off, loop the loop and land. We paraglided with him, dived from rocks, barbecued on the beach and sang songs together, with him and Martin playing their guitars. He turned me from a naive, silly schoolgirl into a confident, determined young woman who couldn't get enough of him, or the world he told us so much about. When the summer was over, Andy, Martin and I took our places at the local sixth form college, while Sean returned to London. His uni days behind him, he was now working his way up through his family's business. I didn't know much about it then, only that they were into large-scale construction projects, from hotels to shopping malls, leisure centres, even marinas. Sean's degree was in business management, and he was also studying company law, but I know he found being hands-on with his father and the managing partners far more exciting.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?